If you're always attracted to people who pull away, your attachment style is the problem, not your dating choices. You know that feeling when you're constantly checking your phone, wondering why they haven't texted back? Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not just unlucky in love. You're repeating the same patterns over and over because of something called your attachment style. A blueprint for relationships that was wired into your brain before you even knew what dating was. And the worst part? Most people have no idea this is happening. Let me take you back to childhood for a second. Stay with me. This isn't about blaming your parents. It's about understanding how your brain learned to do relationships. When you were a baby, your relationship with your primary caregiver, usually your mom or dad, taught your brain a fundamental lesson. This is how connection works. This is how safe love feels. If your caregiver was consistently responsive and emotionally available, your brain learned, I can trust people. Connection is safe. I'm worthy of love. But if your caregiver was inconsistent, sometimes warm, sometimes cold, sometimes there, sometimes not, your brain learned something completely different. And that learning? It became your relationship operating system. This isn't pop psychology. Attachment theory has over 50 years of research behind it, thousands of peer-reviewed studies. Psychologists John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth discovered that these early patterns don't just affect your childhood. They follow you into every romantic relationship, friendship, and even work relationship you'll ever have. So here's the question that matters. Which attachment style do you have? Let's start with the gold standard, secure attachment. These are the people who make relationships look easy. They're comfortable with both intimacy and independence. They can be vulnerable without spiraling into panic. When their partner needs space, they give it without catastrophizing. When they need closeness, they simply ask, "Hey, I'd love to spend time together this weekend." No games, no manipulation, no silent treatment. They trust their partners while being trustworthy themselves. Conflict doesn't feel like the end of the world, it's just a problem to solve together. If this sounds like you, congratulations. But stick around, because you might be dating someone who's not secure, and understanding their style will save your relationship. Now let's talk about the anxiously attached. And if you're already feeling called out, you're probably one of them. Picture this. Your partner doesn't text back for 2 hours. Your brain immediately goes, "They're losing interest. I'm not good enough. They're going to leave me." So what do? You send 3 or 4 texts in a row. Maybe a, "Are you okay?" followed by, "Are you mad at me?" followed by, "Just checking in." And here's the tragic part. Your partner, who was just busy at work, now feels suffocated. The research shows something heartbreaking. Anxiously attached people are actually less successful on dating apps, even though they're more engaged. Why? Because they appear too eager. They move too fast emotionally. They text too frequently. And potential partners can sense it, and it pushes them away. Does this sound familiar? Drop a comment. I'm anxious if you recognize yourself here. On the flip side, we have the avoidant attachment style. These are the people who value independence over everything. Their unofficial motto? I don't need anyone. They're uncomfortable with emotional closeness. Vulnerability feels dangerous. Intimacy feels suffocating. Here's how it shows up in dating. You're swiping endlessly on dating apps, but you never actually commit to dates. Or you go on dates, things start getting serious, and suddenly you ghost. Or you're in a relationship, and the moment your partner wants to talk about the future, you say, "I need some space." You focus on your partner's flaws as an excuse to maintain distance. And here's what kills relationships. Your partners feel neglected, lonely, like they're not good enough, even when they are enough. You just can't let yourself feel it. Comment, "I'm avoidant," if this hits too close to home. The rarest and most challenging style is disorganized attachment. This is the push-pull dynamic that leaves partners completely confused. One day, you're amazing. I think I'm falling for you. Next day, cold, distant, angry. No explanation. If you're disorganized, you desperately want intimacy, but you're also terrified of it. You want closeness, but when you actually get it, you panic. You feel trapped. So you push away. Then you feel abandoned, so you pull them back. Then you feel vulnerable again, so you push away. It's an exhausting cycle. Okay, I know this is heavy, but here's where it gets hopeful. Your attachment style is not your destiny. It's your starting point, not your life sentence. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity. It can form new neural pathways through repeated positive experiences. Scientists have documented something called earned secure attachment. People who were insecurely attached moving to secure through intentional work. The timeline? Studies show significant, measurable change is possible in 6 to 18 months with consistent effort. And the success rate? Over 70% of people can become more secure with proper therapeutic intervention. So how do you actually do this? If you're anxious, your core work is learning to self-soothe. You don't need external validation to be fundamentally okay. Practice mindfulness. Observe your anxious thoughts without immediately acting on them. Next time you want to send that fourth text, pause. Ask yourself, what actual evidence do I have of abandonment? Or am I creating a story in my head? Build self-worth independent of relationships. Set boundaries. Your needs matter too, not just theirs. And here's the big one. Date secure partners. They consistently model healthy attachment, and that rewires your brain over time. Your mantra? I am whole and complete without someone else's approval. If you're avoidant, your work is practicing vulnerability in small doses. Share one emotion per day with someone safe. Notice when you're about to withdraw. I feel overwhelmed and want to leave. But what do I actually need right now? Stay present during conflict. Don't immediately run to the gym or bury yourself in work. Pause for 5 minutes first. Challenge your belief that I don't need anyone. Connection isn't weakness, it's human. And date secure partners. They give you space while maintaining consistent connection. Your mantra? Needing someone doesn't make me weak. It makes me human. If you're disorganized, you need trauma therapy. EMDR or somatic experiencing with a trained therapist who specializes in attachment. Learn emotional regulation skills, grounding techniques, breathing exercises. Go slow in new relationships. Let your nervous system adjust gradually. Look, changing your attachment style isn't easy. New behaviors feel uncomfortable at first. But your brain is building new neural pathways every time you practice. You deserve relationships that feel safe, that feel good, that don't require you to be constantly anxious or constantly disconnected. Drop your attachment style in the comments. Let's normalize talking about this. Next week, I'm planning to do a breakdown on how to spot someone's attachment style on the first date. If you are really interested, please comment below to let me know you are interested. Your past doesn't define your future, but understanding your pattern, that's where change begins.